Hello, I just want to make this a quick one because it's a breaking story, so there isn't a huge amount to comment on this specific story. But footage has emerged from California, an interstate highway I believe, showing a police officer beating a woman as she's on the ground. I'll put the link to the video so you can judge for yourself, but I've seen this so many times that it's hard to even be outraged anymore because it's become the norm. US police brutality is, I believe, an endemic, massive problem. Now, I won't comment too much on the specific event because it is being investigated and we don't know all the details, but the video is pretty revealing. It shows a woman on the ground, and without trying to stir up anything, she's a black woman, she's on the ground, and this big officer is beating her repeatedly. The news network that picked this up counted 11 times. Now, people are saying that by the way, this was filmed by a passing motorist. In fact, a group of people happened to be in the car, so there's a number of witnesses to this. The other officer comes over, doesn't even try to restrain this guy, sits down, and they arrest her. I don't know what her supposed defense was. There's people already, predictably, on the comments saying, oh well, she might have had a concealed weapon, things like this. But this is a pretty clear-cut example of police brutality, whatever way you look at it. If she committed an offence, he could have arrested her in another way. He could have put her arms behind her back and arrested her. What is the purpose of punching a woman repeatedly on the ground? Now, people will come out and say, oh, it's naive to think some women aren't strong. True, some women are strong. The footage is not that great, the quality is not that great. I don't know what this woman supposedly done, but I do I believe the police? No, I don't, because I believe there's a very long track record of police brutality in the States, especially in California. I mean, let's not forget this is a state where there was race riots in 1992 over the Rodney King thing. It's not that Rodney King was a saint, but the point is, there is a huge, there's a very long track record of police brutality. What pisses me off is this guy has been put on, I believe they call it administrative leave. Now, anybody else would be arrested for assault. I would like to know why this officer has not been arrested. Because if the California police are serious about building public trust and changing their image from the days of the 92 riots, then what they should be doing is arresting this man for assault, then have an investigation, and if they rule that he was defending himself or whatever, then that's that. But it is the shameful double standards when it comes to the police. And basically, there is a situation in America, if you even ask why you're being arrested, that can be seen as resisting arrest. Outside your own home, if you ask why you're being arrested, it can be seen as resisting arrest. There are countless examples online of this sort of thing happening. I remember a young couple happened to take a wrong turning on a highway, so this officer pulled them over and she charged them with, I forget the offence she came out with, but the young couple, it was an honest mistake. They said they took a wrong turning, and her attitude was a disgrace. There's many, many, many other examples of these arrogant, egomaniac, power-crazy American cops thinking they can do what they like. I want to say it's not everyone, because it's not everyone, you can never generalise, but it is a very widespread problem. And quite frankly, I don't trust American police at all. I wouldn't approach them if I had a problem in the States. I wouldn't trust them for a second. So America's become, I think, a very dangerous society, whereby you have on one hand the gun fanatics, who I've already mentioned in plenty of videos, who no doubt are out of control, who are a problem. On the other hand, you have a police force that is also out of control, behaving in this sort of way. So, quite frankly, America is not a very safe country right now for average citizens. i.e. people who are just trying to get on with their lives. And but like I say, I'm not speaking specifically about this incident. I don't know who this woman was. I don't know what she's supposed to have done, but the footage speaks for itself. What you have here is a well-built male officer repeatedly punching a woman on the ground. Now, people would say if that's some sort of gang leader, you wouldn't be so sympathetic. Maybe not. And it is true that you get violent women as well. I know that. But it bothers me that people are so quick to believe the officer. You know, for all we know, that woman could be no more than a shoplifter. The idea that, oh well, she must be an armed thug, is just jumping to conclusions, because people are believing, oh, he's wearing a uniform, so he must be right. And that, I think, is a very big part of the problem. There's far too many people willing to make excuses for it. So it will be interesting to see what the outcome of this is. I think the police's approach is a disgrace. If they're taking it seriously, they should be arresting this guy, because it's precisely the sort of thing that stirs up public anger. And if there is unrest following this incident, the police have no one to blame but themselves because of the way they've handled it. They should be arresting him for assault, pending an investigation. And if it turns out he was defending himself, fine, that is the situation. But it's quite obvious that in America there's one rule for the police and another rule for everyone else, and it's an utter disgrace.